Steve. State your name.
Steve Williams.
You solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
Good morning.
Morning.
Scoot up close to the mic and speak up loud.
Okay,
Thank you. There you go. You're Steve Williams, is that correct?
that's correct.
And you were previously employed with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, is that right?
That's correct.
All right. How long were you employed there?
Just under 34 years.
All right. So back in February of 2020, were you working at the Sheriff's Office?
That's correct, sir.
And what was your position or assignment there within the Sheriff's Office?
I was lieutenant over criminal investigations.
And during that time in February of 2020, did you assist in the investigation of a missing child by the name of Evelyn Boswell?
Yes, sir, I did.
And specifically, did you participate in interviewing the defendant?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, at the time at which you interviewed Miss Boswell, had other detectives already spoken with her?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you aware, did you know what she had already told them?
Yes.
All right. So, what was the information or what did you know about Evelyn's disappearance and Miss Boswell's involvement before you went in to talk with her?
I just knew that she had told that her daughter was missing, that it come in through DCS that her daughter was missing, and we was trying to follow up on her daughter being missing.
Okay. Where did you talk with her?
At the sheriff's office in criminal investigations division in the interview room.
Okay. And this interview room, does it have the ability to sit outside and listen to the interview as they're going on?
Yes.
All right. Did you listen to the interviews that were done by the other detectives?
Some of them and parts of them. I can't say I heard every one of them.
All right. And is this interview room located over at the Sheriff's Department?
Yes, sir.
And is that here in Blumpville and Sullivan County?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you went in to speak with her, let me ask you this, what was your approach in speaking with her? Did you take a different tack than the other detectives had taken, or?
Well, I just went in and was just being nice to her and trying to talk with her, I reckon you'd say civilly and not browbeat her or anything.
All right. And was your interview with her recorded?
Yes, sir.
And prior to coming to court here today, did you have a chance to watch that interview?
Yes.
And was it a true and accurate recording of that interview that you had with Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir.
All right. Judge, I'm going to move to introduce that as Exhibits 182.
No objection. Be full exhibit 182.
And at this time, I would ask to play that for the jury.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Steve Williams. Hold on just a second, okay? Don't go nowhere.
I can't go nowhere.
They've been talking to you about your child, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was the last time you saw your child? I'm coming on television.
Right after Christmas.
Where?
Ethan.
Okay. And you say Ethan, does that mean Ethan's in Louisiana or Ethan's?
In Bluntville. Like I told him, I don't know if he took and dropped her off somewhere right after I dropped her to him, but I don't know what's going on.
Where did you give her to Ethan at?
Bluntville. I was your grandchild.
Okay. And what's his grandparents' name?
I know his grandma's name is Sherry, but I do not know his grandpa's name.
Okay. Have you ever been there?
Once or twice.
And you've met him?
I've met Carl.
And that's his grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. And
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell you I didn't know his name, but as soon as you asked me, it fit around my mouth.
that's no problem.
Am
And
I asking any questions here or not?
no. We'll be done in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Why, you in a hurry?
I mean, like, no, but if they're going to keep questioning me and keeping me lying, like, I want an attorney.
Okay.
Because I'm not lied to them.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the last time you saw your child was at Ethan's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you took your child to Ethan's grandparents' house, right?
Right, but I never walked in. We stood in the driveway.
Okay. And what was you driving?
I was driving my Cruise that I don't have anymore. It was a red 2018 Cruise. It's like a little Chevy sedan.
Yeah. Okay. And was Ethan's family?
I mean, I guess he was. I don't know. He just had me come up there.
Did you see Ethan there?
Yes.
Okay. And did you see his grandfather there?
No. Me and Ethan stood outside and talked. Kind of like away from the house.
Okay.
Like the house was like over here where he parked his car was like towards the trees of the house. And we were standing like towards this side of his car.
Okay. And you dropped Evelyn?
Mm-hmm.
And
Put the car in his car and everything.
what kind of car was he driving?
A 2018 Nissan Versa. It's black.
Okay. And then that was Christmas Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then after Christmas Day, do you communicate with,
He won't talk to me.
But
On New Year's Eve, and sort of on New Year's, I guess, me and him argue back and forth.
on text message or
No,
actual?
on the phone.
Okay. So actually talking. to
Yes,
each
he would get mad and hang up, and then I'd call back, and he'd answer for a little bit, get mad and hang up, and then he'd quit answering.
other. Did he say he had Evelyn then?
Yes. And I left him tons of voicemails, and I was like, look, like, if you want me to leave where I'm at, like, I'll come spend New Year's with you and Evelyn, like, I just want to be there as a family, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll come to where you are.
Where was he at then?
I think he was at his friend's house.
Who's his friend?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Friend around here or friend?
Friend around here.
Okay. And you don't know who his friend is?
He doesn't tell me anything.
Okay. How long have y'all dated before?
Like 3 years, maybe 4.
Okay. But you didn't
3
know
years,
his-
yeah.
And you didn't know his friend?
No, I was never allowed to be around any of his friends.
Okay. And then, did you ever call him and say, hey, where's Evelyn? It's been,
I've tried to
2
call,
weeks.
and he won't answer. I would leave voice messages, he wouldn't call back. And honestly, like I was telling them, like I had Evelyn for like over a year, and he never checked on her, and I had to support her by myself. So when I got up here, I was like, you can take care of your daughter for a little bit. Not that I don't love my daughter, want to be with her, you know what I'm saying, but I was like, you don't help me at all. Like, I want you to see how it feels, so no help.
so
from
he
you.
didn't help you financially or
No.
taking care of her because
No.
he was in the military?
Yeah, like he would never even be like, hey, like, is she okay? Or like, try to check on her, help me at all.
Does
You know?
he live in a house down there?
I don't know.
And you don't know where she's at? And the last time you saw her was Christmas? Right.
Right.
Have you went to his grandparents' house? And asked
Yeah,
him
but
where
nobody was there when I went.
she- Okay. Have you called them and asked them where she's at? Okay. And what brought you here today?
I guess my dad called.
So you still haven't heard from her, but somebody's called about her,
Yeah.
right? And you have no idea where she's at? Okay. Have you tried to find her?
I mean, yeah, like I called, you won't answer me. I didn't know he went back to the Army until today. Like that was news to me when they came in here like, oh, he's from Louisiana.
Have you went to court
No.
to try?
To be honest with you, I was really trying to be civil over it, and like I said, I supported her for like over a year, and I was like, if he wants to keep her for a little bit, like, that's fine by me, you know what I'm saying? My mom had a baby when I was like 12, 13, I don't remember, it's 2013, so I guess I was 12. And like, I had to basically raise him. She had only 2015, like, I had to basically raise her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like I had 3 kids all the time.
Okay.
And I was like, it's his kid, if he wants to keep her for a little bit, like, by all means, you know what I mean, I'm all for it. And like I said, it's something I don't love Evelyn or want to be with her, but it's just, you know what I mean, it is what it is.
Is he my girlfriend?
Ethan? He might, I don't know, he used to. She lived in like, I don't know if they were dating, let me take that back. I know he was talking to her, but she lived in like really sketchy apartments in Kingsway, like the government housing one. I don't think they were cloud, but I guess that's torn down, so I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
So if you was guessing where she was at, where would you say she was at?
I don't know if he dropped her off somewhere with somebody or what he did, so I don't know.
Well, but they have to be somebody he trusted to
Right.
drop her off, right? So who would you think that he would trust us besides his grandparents?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I didn't even know he really talked to his grandparents that much. Ethan never told me anything about his personal life. Like, especially after he got in the army, like, he just was not talking about it. I don't care how much I tried, he just was not talking about it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And also when he was in the army, he'd go like months without talking to me,
Well,
before and after I had Evelyn.
well, if you're in the military, sometimes you're out in the field and stuff like that. You can't just.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but sometimes he would just get mad and just not talk to me. You know what I'm saying? For like long periods of time. And I know that wouldn't be.
Right. Okay. So if you could help us right now find her, where would you tell us to look?
I don't know who Ethan hangs out with.
Does he have Facebook?
Yeah.
Just because lost her on Facebook.
Not really.
Do you have Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have communicate on Facebook?
He does not respond. I think he blocked me on Facebook now. He blocked me on Instagram. Because he didn't want to talk to me.
Did you participate in any other interviews with the defendant?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you do anything else as far as the investigation was concerned?
I assisted other officers in the investigation.
Okay. You continued to do other things?
That's correct.
All right. Thank you. If you would answer any questions Mr. Scott has for you.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thank you for asking. What time did you take this interview?
I don't recall what time of day it was. I think it was in the evening.
Okay. It's my understanding at this point that Megan had been interviewed by Tracy Haraz and a DCS worker, and then later by Michelle Gillum, and then you, is that correct?
I couldn't tell you the exact order of the people who went in and interviewed her before me or after me. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Okay. Your interview and those other interviews that day, they were basically a continuation of the same interview with different people. Is that?
There was several officers and agents that or several officers that interviewed her that day.
Okay, but was it basically a continuation? I've talked to her, and now you go talk to her and see if you can get more.
Yes.
At one point, she asked you for an attorney.
No, sir.
But you didn't feel like she did?
No, sir. She said, if this happens, I want an attorney.
Okay.
She didn't say I want an attorney. She said, if this happens, I want an attorney.
You had instructed her not to go anywhere?
The sheriff's office is a secure facility, and we can't have people walking up and down the halls of the sheriff's office.
Okay, so she wasn't free to leave the room she was in?
If she wanted,
Well,
Overruled for now.
after she asked for an attorney, let me ask you this, had she been Mirandized?
yes, she had.
Did you do that?
No,
Do you know who did?
no, sir.
How do you know she had?
Because we'd seen the interview. And we wouldn't be in there talking to her if she hadn't been Mirandized.
But you don't know who did it, and you can't say that you did it.
I can say that I didn't do it.
You can say that you didn't do it, right?
That's correct.
But you can't say who did.
No, sir.
And as it relates to her question for an attorney, and this will be kind of my last question on that, you didn't stop questioning her. You said, do you want to talk to me? You continued asking her questions, correct?
That's correct, because she never asked for an attorney.
Was that the entirety of the interview we saw?
Yes, I was walking out the door, and she asked me if she needed an attorney, and I can't answer that for her.
So she asked you about that again?
She asked me if she needed one, and I can't answer that for her. She's 18, old enough to go in the military, old enough to fight in war, so I can't answer that for her. She's an adult.
What time did you come on shift that day? Do you know?
I usually come to work at 8 o'clock, but I can't tell you that day. It was probably 8 a.m.
I'm just trying to nail down the time period.
It would have probably been in the evening if I was guessing late afternoon.
By late afternoon, you mean before 6 o'clock?
It would have been right around 6 o'clock if I was guessing that day.
Okay. Mr. Williams, thank you for being here. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. You too.
Can you read it?
There you go.
Is he free to go?
Yes. Let's stay.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your testimony. Your release from understanding is ready to go.
Thank you, sir.
State will call Joey Strickler.